Do you ever feel like you keep repeating the same situation even though it completely looks different on the outside? Like maybe it's with different people or in a different place, but at the core, it's like the same situation repeating all over again. If you've had this feeling, then it's something that I've come to learn is life repeating a lesson until you have really learned it. If you're new here, hello, I'm Shruti, and at Enter Samatvam, I talk about how to live your best life. Whatever you have had to learn, however you have grown in life, it's only happened through similar events or a common theme that ran across the different situations that you went through. And if you have been a little bit observant, you will notice that there was a common thread that tied all those experiences. This relates to a quote that I really love. It's by Polly B. Behrens. It goes like, "Everything that happens to you is your teacher. The secret is to learn to sit at the feet of your own life and to be taught by it." And I truly agree with that. This is what I've noticed in my own life. All the events that I've gone through, there have been common themes or patterns which reflected some limiting beliefs in my mind that I had not gotten over, some attachments where unknowingly I was clinging too much, or some areas where I could show up better and be more compassionate towards myself and in consequence others. And you might have heard of this before, but what I've seen is that there is value in taking notes from your own life and really learning from it and really seeing what is it trying to tell me. Like, am I missing a point here? Like maybe I'm missing something that it's trying to show me that I did not realize, that I'm not able to see right now. Is it showing me some place where I am repeating the same mistake again and again subconsciously without me knowing? For example, do you keep running into people who reject you in some way? Maybe people are not a problem, but you keep getting faced with a task that you don't really enjoy doing and you somehow always find a way to escape it, but it keeps coming up in different situations. Or maybe it's about dealing with certain kinds of behaviors within yourself. Like maybe you keep overthinking every time a certain kind of situation happens, even though you tell yourself you won't. Whatever the pattern is, if you find yourself faced with it again and again, then the only way to get out of it is to really dig deeper and find out what is it actually trying to tell you. And the interesting part here is that as you go through different phases in life, you will see that anything that you haven't really gotten over yet continues to bother you or show up in your life constantly in different events and completely unrelated situations. And that is because if you look at this through a neuroscience perspective, the brain is great at pattern recognition, right? On a subconscious level, it keeps seeing the same beliefs. This is nothing but what we call as a behavioral loop in psychology, and our brains are good at pattern recognition, but they're wired to run on old programs that we keep paying attention to and that we keep cementing over time through our actions and the beliefs that we give weight to. And if you read any spiritual teaching out there, then you will probably come across the statement that our internal state reflects in the external, or the external mirrors our internal state. And I think all of these are referring to the same thing, which is life lessons repeat until we really integrate them. And actually, life lessons are nothing but just thought patterns that you have been constantly paying attention to, that you didn't even realize, that has been escaping your conscious mind, your awareness, and that you need to pay attention to so you can deal with whatever avoidance or whatever discomfort that you haven't faced yet. And the underlying idea behind this concept of life repeating lessons is that there are places where we have been running on autopilot without even knowing, because the brain, like I mentioned earlier, loves to run on wiring that you have already cemented, the neural pathways that you have already you have been firing constantly. That is where you're paying attention. And if you're missing a key point in the situations that you are encountering, you're not really showing up with awareness and a certain presence where you recognize that, yeah, maybe I'm avoiding this in this situation, or maybe I'm not ready to face this part of me yet, making me take certain actions that I'm not even realizing have root in that fear or that doubt or a certain lack belief. Then in that case, that's when there is this sort of conflict that shows up to continue to remind you that you need to show up with awareness and really reflect on what is it that I can change, instead of just being a passive participant in the whole situation. And what I've learned over the years is the only way to break the cycle, to break this chain of autopilot, is to sit down and reflect, to really take a note of all the situations where you feel stuck in some way or where you feel really uncomfortable, and to really face that discomfort, to really spend the time to be silent, to hear your own internal cries, which you haven't done so far. And it's not a scary activity at all, although it can take time to really feel comfortable with it. What it actually needs is just some love, and just to sit with it for a few minutes and to really dig deeper to see where can I change things, like what do I need to do to improve this. And that's where the wheel starts moving forward, and that's where you see that the lesson finally integrates. And from a scientific perspective, that's what we call as building new neural pathways. And there is merit to finding fun ways and creative ways to go about doing it. Like maybe it could be sitting down with a cup of tea and journaling if you enjoy that sort of a thing. Or maybe it is get your favorite blanket, sit on the couch and reflect on it. Or maybe it could just be taking a walk and just focusing a few minutes of your day on really finding out the issues that have been making you feel stuck for some time. And what I've seen is that yes, you can avoid doing any of this and feel lethargic about it or feel like you're not interested in doing it, but it only comes to bite you back sooner rather than later. We are forced to confront it, and at some point you sort of start realizing that you're sitting on a house of cards and it's like a domino effect. And if you don't really look into this sooner, then you are going to be suffering a lot more later. And that's why sometimes it works better to be more proactive in doing this inner work, in doing this self-reflection, to really sit at the feet of life and be taught by it, like Polly tells us. And I really do believe that each of us has been given that strength and inner power to deal with this on our own, to be self-reliant. But the only way to do it is to start with a little bit of energy in the beginning, a little bit of self-effort in the beginning, to really know that you don't want to suffer anymore. And when that becomes clear, then you will do whatever it takes to make sure that you really learn the lesson, to really integrate it, face whatever it takes to be able to get there. And at some point, you never know, you might even start enjoying it. It's like a game, where you are the main character and you keep going through all these situations, and you sort of start getting a distance from your own mental drama and start seeing it like a movie that's playing, and it starts making the whole process of personal growth and that personal growth journey more fun. And that's why I feel it's not such a bad thing that life keeps bringing us lessons in different forms, the same lessons sometimes over and over again. It's almost like it's always constantly questioning or testing you to see, like, have you really learned this? Do you really have it figured out? And you're always trying to answer or respond back to life through your actions and the new beliefs that are more wholesome that you've formed, the way you respond to situations. And the only question that remains is, how can you make it fun for yourself? Alright, and that's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed it or learned something new, or if you have any thoughts that you would like to share it down in the comments below. Also, do share if you have any other ideas for any other topics I can talk about. And I'll see you guys in the next video.